are playing, they still prefer to be tanky, whether you need like a Lotus Orb, maybe with a BKB to take care of yourself. So Vlad's not really a priority.
How much is it now? 2.6k or something?
I think it's like 2.7, 2.8 maybe
It's
even.
very expensive.
It's super expensive for sure.
Yeah. But do you like the Timber response? It's good against both heroes at least.
Enchantress is good against Timber with the pure damage. Before I didn't really like it, but after seeing a lot of the games, Enchantress as a position 5, like she can gank Timbersaw. You feel the difference coming out from that pure damage. I kind of like it.
But you can also burst the Ench down, right? It goes kind of both ways because you have 3 pure damage nukes.
Yeah.
And you have Lina as well. This Lina first pick is very unorthodox, very interesting.
No.
I don't like it. I love position 4 Lina, but I don't like it paired up with the Timbersaw because it's not a reliable stun. It's not something that can move around, let's say, Tusk, Earth Spirit, that can make aggressive plays on the mid lane. You want to leave some solo XP to Timbersaw, and then Lina moves. Where does she move? How does she gank? That's my concern.
I also feel like Lina wants to have a team fight offlane, like a Tidehunter or Sand King or something, because she's lacking a team fight herself, especially as support. And Timber doesn't really make up for that. So somewhat of an anti-synergy so far.
Yeah, and LILGUN are mulling over all of these core bans. So they ban out the Luna, they ban out the Ursa. Still have their IO Gyro combination for FNATIC in their pocket if they want to go for it. Sure, Enchantress is picked up, but you can just send her into a different lane or send IO Beastmaster as a lane.
They haven't been super successful though, right, with IO Gyro?
No, but I mean, that's what you were saying, that they could just go for Cookie Cutter and they're probably better than LILGUN.
Gyro is really good against the Timbersaw. Use a rocket, kind of force him to use the Timber Chain, get out of the possible XP range, and you have enough nuke damage. Like, Timbersaw does not like to play into Gyro, but I also don't like IO Gyro, especially for FNATIC. They might go for it once again, because there is this old school combo, roar into relocate, blah, blah, blah. We've seen this couple of thousand times in Dota.
Yeah, it's great. It's proven, it works, but yeah, like you already see the Timber. IO doesn't really like to play into Timber, so might as well just pick something that suits the situation a little better. They're all taking the sweet time,
Gyro,
with the sweet bans.
All the sweet carry bans specifically. It's only role being targeted right now.
I mean, FNATIC is just banning all these heroes that a single player could potentially take over the game.
Times in Dota.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense. Great, because it's proven. LILGUN like to do this kind of style where X 1 2 3 just plays whatever hero is comfortable on. I don't even know. Timber. He just plays. Might as well just pick some different heroes.
He plays a lot. He played Arc Warden. He played Wraith King. He plays Lone Druid.
He played like Lina the other day too, I think.
Yeah, he's all over the place. All the sweet,
that might be a good sign, or that could be a bad sign.
Only role being
I don't think you.
It's a good sign if you win. Banning all these heroes.
I don't think you can beat
a single player could potentially take over the game
at a decent level, but
which makes a lot of sense.
A couple of heroes that you're specialized at.
You need a couple of like 95%, and then you have like heroes come from 10, 70% or whatever.
Considering how they're playing, I feel like those win rates are going to be below 50.
No, probably. I know in Season 1, I think in Europe, the team that had the highest hero versatility was OG. All of their heroes, all their roles were playing like 10 different heroes minimum, but then they didn't qualify. So having high versatility is not always a recipe for success.
Yep. It only works when
your wins.
When you win, but also when your style doesn't like take a big hit.
Right.
Like you still want to, if you have 4 protect one team, maybe you can be really versatile in that style, but you shouldn't just switch your style up every game.
It's true.
Like you're still practicing in scrims with that one style, and that's what you're good at. At Baden,
not
all
really
right.
good
At Baden,
against
Lina.
Too many stuff. Roar, you can purge it off. Draw Ranger, like they can just run Draw Ranger Enchantress lane, or Draw Ranger Nyx seems really good against Lina and Timber. So this lane could potentially still be a mid laner, but the LILGUN already needs to figure out how to deal with these heroes. So you have Draw Ranger piercing through the base armor, Nyx Assassin pure damage, Impetus pure damage, Mana Burn against the Timbersaw, easy setup carapace on his abilities. This Timbersaw is not going to have a good time.
Yeah. We have
If you get carapaced while you're chaining, your chain still you
Stun.
still go
you
to
stop.
You stun.
you stop
Yeah,
Yeah.
you stop.
immediately. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess the damage happens before the movement. That sucks.
What happens like in the startup of the movement? It's like a weird interaction, where it's like when you stun him when he's already in the air and it doesn't stop.
Right. Yeah.
It's I don't know. Dota 2
Dota 2.
exceptions.
A game of consistency.
Yep. Most consistent game out there. So everybody should check it out. Dota2.com.
Free to play.
Yep. Can download Steam from there. Make a new account, and then it's very easy to download Dota.
Make sure you only have one account.
Yeah.
Do not make multiple accounts.
You can have multiple phone numbers, all good.
Yeah.
I do not
one-
support this message that Lacoste is sending.
Make sure you have
If
like
only if you're a
70
pro
GB.
player, so you can, you know,
Okay.
I'm talking about the pro players.
Oh, of course.
So you can, you know, practice stuff that other people cannot see it. Other than that, smurfing equals bad.
There we go. That's what I was looking
Mhm.
for.
Yeah, we're just, we want to send out this positive message to the people out there. Also, creating a new account is not going to help you at all.
Get better, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm in the trench, Lacoste. I don't belong in this
no,
MMR.
you're not stuck in the
You
trench.
are stuck where
That's what
exactly where
Lacoste
you
is saying.
belong.
Yeah,
period.
make sure you have, if you want to get better, book a coaching session with me.
Are you doing coaching sessions, Black?
Of course.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see on your twitter.com.
Hey, that one guy went from legend to divine in 1 month.
Wow, that's actually insane.
Mm-hmm.
Was
I'm a good teacher.
Was he a carry player?
Support.
You coached a support
Of
from Legend to
course.
Divine?
Bro.
Whoa.
As a pro player, you're going to know all the roles.
Exactly.
Damn. Alright.
Especially on that level, it's not that difficult.
That's true. From Legend. But still, though, in 1 month, that's impressive.
If anything, I'm impressed that he put so much work into it.
It's just
Aw.
people don't see it, you know, because I've been coaching people before, and there are some people that like don't improve.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they're not better, they do not want to get better, they can get better.
Don't have the right mentality.
Maybe.
Tom.
It's just about putting the right idea in their head, like what needs to be done. But there are a lot of people that came back, you know, and they'd say, you know, thank you, I really improved. Because they have a wrong way of thinking, that's all. And Dota is just like adapting. The situation you're in right now, how do I adapt to this? It's pretty much that.
But I realized it's a lot about attitude. Like, if you're willing to learn and listen, then you will get better. But if you keep talking back the entire time, that's usually when you're like,
Yeah, but, you know,
Yeah.
you're trying to
like-
explain, and he's like, yeah, but
why did you do it? It's really bad. Yeah, but this is what I think. It's not good.
sometimes listening is just good.
Yeah, just be quiet. Let the big boy do the talk.
So let the big boy do the talk. Phantom Lancer here. He could potentially be the big boy in this game. There's not a single counter for him.
I'm a Drow Ranger with Axe Mjolnir. You become Lightning
Yeah,
City.
you just need to farm 16 to 20,000
That's
gold
no
worth of
problem.
items. Get the Dragonlance, Manta, BKB, Mjolnir, and
Agon
Axe.
Scepter.
Plus
Piece
the
of cake.
shard from second row. You get one for free.
Yep. Sounds easy enough for me.
They need a counter for this Phantom Lancer. They need a mid laner, a Leshrac banned out, which is a
Ember
great
sounds
counter.
good.
Ember is okay-ish. Is there anything else that puts more pressure on Phantom Lancer?
Zeus.
That's
Not
not the
Death
hero.
Prophet,
but
but
definitely not
This
a
seems
Death
like
Prophet.
Moon just being like, give me a hero that I know how to play.
But it is what we said, like stable cookie cutter kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's good against Tiny, which I think is Tiny. Middle?
Yes. No.
Was it Lena?
I think
middle?
they swap things around. I think they put
Put Lena middle
Lina
now.
on the mid now because it's a
Good
Death
against
Prophet.
DP.
The Tiny doesn't do well against DP.
But Tiny 4, we have seen that.
This
lot.
is something that they do. They really love LILGUN. They,
I
they
mean, they
want
also
yeah.
lose a lot, though.
Oh no, they took it away. Well, we'll have to see. Tiny and Lena, they're still
waiting.
deciding. They already know the mid laner is Death Prophet. Nothing changing there. Trion is going to be the offlane Beastmaster. While we're sorting this out,
I
Lizard.
like Lina more. Sorry. Okay, we can go. Lizard, go ahead.
Go ahead,
do
Lizard.
the prediction.
Give us
Lizard.
your rundown.
Finished
My
Lacoste thought.
Slavic bro sentence. I like Lina more on the mid lane here because not only has she been buffed up heavily, she's also in a very favorable matchup.
Too bad
Like,
it's
But
for
it's a mid
position.
Tiny.
it's 4.
It's
Nah,
5.
Never mind, I'm out of here.
It's 5 Lina, it seems. Because Ace12, he plays position 4. And
4 bad and let's go.
maybe they're just swapping the players. Who knows?
Who knows?
But I would prefer if that Lina was mid, especially against the matchup versus that Prophet. And also Timbersaw, like if this Tiny is 4, then he can move around and actually do stuff around the map. While this time around, I just don't feel like Abba or Lina can make that aggressive move. I like the Phantom Lancer pick, but I'm really not convinced by the rest, so I'm just going to go with FNATIC.
Overall, there's just no synergy also,
Yeah.
right? They're gonna, like, I don't know who in their right mind could go for LILGUN here, so I'm going FNATIC.
Anyway, so put me down for a LILGUN. I got the wrong
Let's
mind.
go. That's the wrong mind. I'm gonna go with a little bit of wrong mind as
Let's
well
go.
here. I'll hop on the tsunami train. Let's go LILGUN. PL versus Beastmaster good. PL versus Drow Ranger good. DP. If Lina goes mid, I'm down for LILGUN. If she doesn't, it's a
not.
bit more rough.
She won't.
Beak
Good
up.
luck.
What's the plan? You're splitting the tie again.
I hate being
my courier
Then just pick
is-
earlier, bro.
Saying FNATIC.
Oh, wow. No voice this time.
Wow.
Just that easy. All right. 3 FNATIC,
He's
2
embarrassed.
LILGUN.
What can I say?
1 game. Take it away. Beak up and Lizard.
Yeah. Game number 1, FNATIC LILGUN should be a fun one. FNATIC have definitely played sketchy, I guess would be the word. Inconsistent.
Not sketchy
times.
enough for you guys to go against such a strong organization and historically strong team. I completely understand that. I've been in LILGUN's shoes way too many times before, so I like to cheer for the underdog here and there. I hope they do well enough. We'll see.
It's just tough. Their one win came against Smart Omega, and they're 1-6 right now.
Yeah, they definitely aren't performing to the standards that SCA Division 1 requires at the moment, but they do have a draft that's really solid. Not exactly sure why they decided to not put Lina mid lane, because the hero is looking extremely strong at the moment. It's also very good on position 4, don't get me wrong. It's just that I feel like she would do much more on the mid lane versus the Death Prophet.
I'm wondering how they'll transition this Alina's build, if it's going to be one of those like, I'm a 4 Alina and I'm pumping myself up, getting some items to hit hard, help out my team, have like a 4-core situation come their way.
Just a 4 Aetherlands Yules is usually the goal. That's it. And you do a lot. You do quite a bit as a position 4 Lina at the moment. I had a guy last night, he picked 4 Lina and he said he's gonna give me a free lane. He didn't give me a free lane. He got hooked under the tower 5 times, but it's fine.
Well, it's a free lane that you're getting all that solo experience while he's dead.
I definitely did get a lot of solo experience. Thanks. Thanks, my Lina from last night.
You know who you are? Guy's just sitting at home.
He's a pretty big streamer in the Russian scene, but doesn't matter. Let's go and check this game out, how the lanes are going on.
And so far pretty quiet. Some stuns here and there. We've seen some Drows really feel quite strong. I worry for the Drow. There's a couple things here that LILGUN can just get on top of the Drow with. If Phantom Lancer has that opportunity to jump the Drow, I wonder how Raven can react. Timbersaw, again, another one of those heroes that maybe can get on top of you, Timber Chain, and make your life really miserable. Good 2-man stun with the Impale. Hishki getting low, and the right clicks aren't enough as the Fairy Fire is eaten by that Lina and lands the Alisana Gems.
He's fine, but that's already so much pain sustained by Hishki. Like, he just almost died, forced to use the Salve. You don't really need to do a lot on this lane as a position 4. Just secure it a bit for Timber and then he'll take over. Same goes on the top lane. PL, this is a decent lane for him. All you have to do is block the hard camp and not allow the Enchantress to get any good creeps in. That's it. PL should do completely fine here.
Yeah, they block that camp, and also Enchantress takes Nature's Attendance level 1, so not even outputting any damage with like an Impetus or anything, goes Enchant level 2.
Yeah, he did start with Blightstone though, so he's actually hitting for quite a decent chunk, even without the Impetus. This isn't something that you see very often on Edge, just starting instantly with Blight, but if you're position 4 and you're buying that Blightstone into Medallion early on, it's good.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that. The Enchantresses going straight Solar Crest.
Yeah, straight Solar Crest, exactly. Glimmer Cape, Solar Crest, Tranquils. That's usually the 5 build at the moment.
Get that minus armor out, or even boost up your carry with that Solar Crest.
That's the point of it, right? Just boost your 1 carry that you've got. Make him as strong as possible. all the utility items, the small ones, the Lotuses, the Solar Crest, the Glimmers. Solar is extremely cheap too when it comes to the build-up.
Yeah, that change into the items needed to build the Solar Crest has helped supports quite a bit.
Ultimate Orb out, Crown in. Just the casual 1,000 gold less. Ace.
Get that kill, first blood up top. DJ gets credit for it. They use that enchant to get the slow on Ace, and he ends up dead. And that's changed to the ulti orb of the crown. Now you feel like you're killing it, king or queen, as you take out these other heroes with the minus armor.
It's really good as well with the Beastmaster, right? And Beastmaster going for that Dominator early on, so that's going to be the build. And he's pretty much rushing it. That's it. No boots, nothing like that, no shenanigans.
Ooh. Timber Chain doesn't land on anything. A little Spike Carapace action to stun the Lina for a second. It's already a 1k lead here for FNATIC. The lane's not exactly going all too well for LILGUN at the moment. You do have Tiny at 21 now, PL at 18-0, but the harassment's being felt.
Yeah, that's a little bit actually scary for LILGUN, because one thing that this lineup of FNATIC can do is crush you early on and take the full map control. You have that Prophet, you're gonna have Beastmaster with dominated creep, Enchantress with creeps. That's a lot of stuff that you have to deal with, and you don't really have any big AoE control besides the Timber, really. AoE damage, I should say, not control.
Boar's going out, slowing down Ace. Got the Hellbear. They already have the Medallion. That lane, as much as PL's not dying, it's really good for FNATIC.
Yeah, he's still very pressured. You can see 50% HP. That's probably because of the Abaddon as well. He's a good position 5. We've seen it in the Chinese region quite a bit. But versus Beast and Enchantress, he doesn't do way too much. He just stands back and heals you. Lina on the mid lane. They're trying to set something up, but he's only level 2.
Yeah, Hishki hasn't gotten much.
And Moon just hits 6 as well. This is, yeah, he also gets scouted. This is a lot of time wasted for the Lina.
Guess the only benefit is Timbersaw gets some solo experience, but you're not getting anything as this Lina, which means your 6 is going to be slow. Being level 2 in any of these engagements that might happen right now
It's pretty solid for the Timber. That's a completely correct statement, because Timber usually should not be able to die unless he really dives deep.
Oh, and that could be bad for Hishki with the Spike Carapace, but gets into the trees, avoiding Raven, even though one Frost Arrow came out and slowed him down for a moment.
It's just Timber. He's a wall.
He's zoning you out.
Exactly. He just zones you out. You can't pass that wall. He's hitting decent XPM at the moment.
Ace might be dead again. Photic Shield, they've got the slows from the boars, from the enchants, and DJ now with 2 kills.
Yeah, remember that enchant will dispel the Photic Shield too.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful how and when you use it. It will deal damage, but it will get dispelled, so you won't be able to survive long enough. And it's so much slow on this lane. And here you go, Moon with the first rotation. He's going to pop Exorcism here.
Shut down the tower, shut down the lane.
This is pretty much just to take the tower and open up the Dire jungle.
Make sure that this PL doesn't have anywhere to farm or, well, shrink where he does. You've got the Helm already finished off on Xuan, and
look at Raven, by the way. This is a very important move. This tower will fall. We don't have to look at that.
Yeah.
The Raven instantly going from bottom and TPing mid is the big move, because it prevents this, what they're doing right now, what LILGUN is doing, rotating Tiny and Lina on the tier 1 bottom, trying to do the same play that they're doing, but with an extra kill on the Drow. It won't work.
Jeff's going to get pressured and pinched by 4 heroes. Impale, Avalanche, LSA all coming in. One last shot for Marvel, but I mean, 4 heroes, that's drawing a lot of attention.
Completely irrelevant in the great scheme of things. This is, if you're a Nyx, if you're a support, this is what you want to be doing. You don't want to die, you want to stay alive as long as possible, but you want to delay the tower push. And look, by the time they take this tier 1, their top tier 2 is pressured.
Yeah.
So
that moment right there is where, in a pub, potentially Nyx goes, really? 4 heroes for just me, bottom? Come on, guys. They do take the tower, though.
Even if he all chats, they have no response because they know
That's
they
what
know
they
he's
did.
right. Yeah.
They do put some damage onto the top tier 2 quite a bit. And they're invading the jungle. And like you said, Raven making that move over, it really boosted him up.
Yeah, this jungle is infested pretty much. You can't go inside any longer. You need perhaps a blink on the Tiny or Timber to go there, but yeah.
This isn't going to be one of those 10-minute blinks for the Tiny, though.
It won't. He found a nice neutral item, the Fairy Trinket, that will buff up his damage output a little bit. And I like what Marvel is doing there with just copying what Chuyan is and where he is. He needs to be the wall. Like, for LILGUN, he shouldn't be the one pushing and pressuring. He should just be the wall in front of towers. Like, an extra tower in front of a tower, let's put it that way.
It's an interesting word coming out from Ace, and I'm surprised. I don't know if that was spotted by Raven when it got placed down.
Yep, it's a good one because the sentry on the cliff doesn't reward it.
No.
That's why he did it. It doesn't give you a lot of info in the triangle, but it gives you enough info to be able to take the tier 1. And look at these dire 3 wards. They're literally all set up just to be able to take the tier 1 on the mid lane.
Realistically, it could even help you get information to take the tier 1 top. If any rotations come from mid towards that triangle area, you'll see them
You don't
move
really
up.
care.
It's not a lot of info.
You don't care about the tier 1 top if you're LILGUN. It's
Beastmaster, 4 heroes here, LSA all missing. They should still be able to get this kill, but the Primal Roar, the damage might be 1 for 1 on a trade. Hishki getting low, but saved by the missed coil, and they do finish off this Beastmaster. Again, it's 4 heroes rotating. The question is whether or not that space made by the Beastmaster ends up benefiting Fnatic enough. And they've used the Exorcism. They're trying to get themselves a tier 1 tower over mid. Might even get this kill onto the Abaddon. He doesn't have borrowed time, so he's dead to rights.
he's not having fun. Ace is, what, 0-3 at the moment? Every single time Enchantress was involved, he died.
Yeah,
Top
he's
lane.
all 3 deaths right now, but now he doesn't get to be all 3 deaths because, well, they get the kill on the Hishki.
FNATIC is just playing a little bit faster than LILGUN at the moment. LILGUN, they will try to assemble on this tier 1 mid lane, and let's see if FNATIC responds. They are running back with Enchantress and Beast.
Can they make anything happen here?
You just want to make the Timber Saw go away so that the Catapult dies. The moment the Catapult dies, they don't really have enough damage to be poking this tower. Drow complete Raven just free farming top lane.
Ooh, Vendetta with the Impale, right clicks from the Impetus, as well as the stun coming out from that Centaur that's enchanted.
You see the circle? He's like, okay, why did I go in this circle? Why did I go here? No wards, no sentries, another circle? Yeah, Brown is like, Tiny is like, yeah, why did you go there? Marvel is trying to move towards the top lane, maybe to protect the tier 2, but it's already down, and this game is looking like every single game I've casted with you so far, Bcop, a speed run.
25 minutes. I told you we have 50 minutes for both games.
For both games, 11 minutes in, the top tier 2 has fallen. 11 minutes in is usually when you take the tier 1. That's the usual scenario, at least.
Stay here longer every series.
Every series, yeah. I don't think chat would love that. We would go from PGL to speedrun.
The games would have to have the frame perfects. Marvel trying to maybe get a deny here on this tower by throwing back something on the Fnatic, but instead he's hit with the Primal Roar. He's silenced, he's killed. Marvel gone. Diffusal picked up for the PL. That's a big moment for LILGUN to maybe, hopefully, for them take advantage of.
This Diffusal is big. What's bigger for them is the blink on Tiny, and that Tiny is not there yet. Yeah. Speedrun. The Fnatic is very objective based at the moment, going from one to the other, not spending any time farming unnecessarily because they don't need to. They understand how strong they are at the moment. Chuyan's Inner Beast level 2 as well benefits them tremendously.
Yeah. Game plan, guys, huddle up. Who's casting this series right now? Oh, I heard it's Lizard. All right, 25-minute game. Let's do this. We're going to move real fast.
Nothing is changing.
They have this Aegis now to work with. They've got the Solar Crest finished on the Enchantress. Nyx Assassin going straight Axe and already has the point boost there.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's speed running the Axe.
Recently, we've seen some Falcon Blade builds and whatnot, then into the Axe. He doesn't care, straight into it. There's a big rotation coming by Lina and that.
This is to try and kill the Nyx Assassin. Laguna Blade, Spike Carapace, that stuns up both of them. And with the Laguna Blade, with that damage, they don't get the kill on the jabs just yet. Ooh, doesn't deny though. And now the Spike Carapace once again.
This time,
4
though,
heroes. They should be able to get this one to work.
Finish him maybe, guys?
Yeah,
Okay.
don't forget.
They took the tier 1, they took jabs once more, but you can see that on the side of FNATIC, if anyone dies, it's usually jabs. He's the one protecting and being the last man defending the tower.
And so far, him and Beastmaster are all 3 deaths. But that's about it.
So this Chuan,
He's got Primal Roar.
he's afraid to use it because of Abaddon. But
Yeah.
Abaddon, okay, he just popped the ulti. He was saving the point, which is something that kind of isn't done as often as before. But you just save that ulti point, and then you skill it when you drop really low. You don't want that ulti of yours to pop for no reason, so you save the point.
Like an
instead
A
of-
on disc.
Exactly, like you lock the A on this
Yep.
at the moment, because the ulti is almost a buffed up A on this really.
Yeah. Get that health back. Run away.
Jabs, sneaking in.
Where are you going?
Ooh, there's the enchant, but they don't want to chase, and that's probably the lack of knowledge of what's behind
he's
him.
actually overthinking it. That's what's up. He's overthinking it.
Timber chain in, maybe bait it. Who knows? Vendetta, 2-man stun. Right clicks coming in from Raven. They've got Ace coming from the side. Miss Coil trying to survive. Avalanche toss on a DJ. They've got this Phantom Lancer moving in. X1, 2, 3. He's got the damage to kill off Jebs, or does he? Spike Carapace lands on a 3. They get the kill on a Hishki as well. Sanctity, they've got the kill on a 2.
Oh,
Now
what an
the 2-man
impale.
stun again. Jebs, no way he gets to run away from this entire fight as they're going to go after the Timbersaw as well as the Abaddon. They get the kill on a Bolt. And Jabs, okay. He gets to survive with a sliver of health. That was...
Yeah, they just executed that fight just
Yeah.
so much better. At first, what was happening is they wanted to ward the cliff, but they also saw the Lina kind of moving back and forth, so Nyx thought that he was under vision, but he wasn't. They could have just picked off the Lina and moved into the teamfight 4v5. It didn't matter because Sanctity, as you can see here, he jumps with a tiny, but he doesn't manage to clip the Drow with the Avatos combo. Instead, he clips the Enchantress, which is pretty much useless. You can't kill her afterwards, you wasted your big nuke, then afterwards the double impale by Nyx Assassin, and Drow doesn't even lose the Aegis. She's just destroying all of you, so...
And that's the second double impale of the fight. Like,
Yep.
he's just... so on it, not even dying.
That's why Nyx is such a valuable hero in the Chinese region.
It's
Not
getting
in-
ignored here, pretty much.
Yeah, it's getting ignored. It got banned, I believe, in the last series
Yeah.
twice, but it's not nearly as first phase than as in the other regions.
Down goes another tier 2 at 16 minutes into the game.
60 minutes in, that's it. We're slowly getting to that 20-minute mark, so the high ground push should commence.
soon. I mean,
I'm on TP here, so that's definitely what's happening.
they've got an Aegis.
I'll take that.
And for a long time still.
Yeah,
so
and they have Exorcism in 40, so they could definitely put the timings in.
will they go for it? Okay, never mind.
Just take the last outer tower, I guess.
They're pinging it, and the creep wave is actually pushing in. They still have one full wave here, so... I'm not sure what LILGUN can do any longer. They've just fallen behind 7k 17 minutes in. It's a huge difference. They need to wait out the Aegis and jump, blow up the Drow Ranger. If they manage to do that, they can take a decent fight.
Nick's in a decent spot, but he's under the Sentry Ward. Spike Carapace, it's
Triple
perfect.
stun.
All 3 heroes trying to attack him. They get stunned, and that might open up opportunity here. They do lose the Nyx Assassin, but we see if it ends up turning the way of FNATIC. They pop the borrow time. They've got the silence onto 2 of these heroes. Raven frontlining, looking over at Hishki, taking a bit of damage. He needs to be careful with that Aegis timing. So the right clicks come in and they get the kill to the Beastmaster. So now, FNATIC, they might need to start run. They've used the Exorcism. DJ trying to TP out Moon onto the high ground.
Oh, that TP.
He's got haste.
Yeah,
So
Moon should be fine.
He's fine.
That Aegis actually got reclaimed in the middle of the fight. Raven, Sanctity, he's on a hunt.
Avalanche.
Got him.
Toss. And he is going to try and TP, but there's no chance.
Okay.
That's good timings from LILGUN.
That's what LILGUN can do to get back into this game, and that's make FNATIC make some mistakes. Jabs with the next assassin, usually you don't go that deep, because you realize if my team is pushing the tier 2, of course Nyx is going to be behind it, so they plant the sentry, they pick him off first, and then afterwards the team fight is just so much easier for them. Remember, at the moment they don't really have anything to deal with the PL. He is still extremely comfortable in his game, almost has Manta completed, and if you don't control him, you can easily lose the fight, even when you're 5k ahead.
Yeah, they were up
7k before that
now
fight.
It's 5, and Phantom Lancer jockeying for the top spot in the net worth. Moon right there with him. Raven. You see how killable he is if they're able to jump on top.
Yeah, they just need to actually control him, and it will become a little bit harder now as he has Manta on the Phantom Lancer, by the way. I'm talking about him. Raven, however, he needs like 2 more items to be that maneuverable, unkillable Drow Ranger that just pikes out and continues fighting.
And he's got Dragonlance, Sanjini Asha going into the Mjolnir next.
He's trying to deal with the PL, right? You guys will frontline, I will be the right click. And it definitely does make a lot of sense. He also has Hurricane, sorry, not Hurricane Pike, but the Grove Bow. And that just feels so good. All you need is to keep distance, and this allows you that.
Yeah, that extra 100 attack range. As well as the extra attack speed, but more so the attack range.
Now the speed is nice too. A little bit of that, a little bit of Inner Beast. It feels pretty damn good to be this Drow Ranger at the moment. Smoked up. They're baiting on Moon mid. You can see how they're rotating around him. But Ace is actually in a very good position.
DJ frontlining. Being an annoying Enchantress.
I think that's also it. You talked about the Solar Crest. He didn't buy Tranquils or Boats, he went straight into Pipe afterwards, so he's extremely tanky and difficult to take down. He runs straight uphill because he understands, okay, if I run and give info, it's good. They can't kill me.
Yeah, they'd have to use so much just to kill him.
What's your favorite hero to just run uphill with?
I
Any
guess the
hero, right?
answer
You
is
just
Ancient
run.
Apparition, but I'm dead anyway. I just ran uphill.
Ancient.
No, can they stop a TP? He did stop a TP.
He actually didn't use it. He still has it off cooldown. So
It looked like he was thinking about TPing out, standing still like that, or maybe trying to trick them. But
Just joking,
X1,
trying
2,
to
3 gets killed off by the Crypt Swarm. Moon gets the kill. They look over the Abaddon and early borrowed time into the TP.
yeah, that's one of those mistakes that you really don't want to do.
Go after Marvel. Timber Chain onto the high ground. They should be able to keep vision. The question is, can they get the stun? Yes, they can. Jabs lines it up. And Marvel, he's silenced, he's roared, he's killed, he's gone.
And that's really why they opted to go for that Prophet over something like an Ember. Also, Moon is very comfortable on the hero, but that Prophet scales just so much better versus all these tanky boys. You can take down a Timber, you don't need to buy a Vessel as well. He literally doesn't feel as tanky as a normal Timber Saw should, even though he does have a lot already. But that kill, they baited him, used the travels, went on to the Phantom Lancer. Really clean execution by FNATIC.
Yeah, he tricked me. I thought he was TPing out, he was standing still.
And and you actually know who the real one is.
Yeah, I can see who the real one is, and I was just like, all right, I guess he's leaving.
You know, just trying to joke a little bit with the illusions and whatnot. Everyone is doing that.
That 500 IQ.
Yeah. Which one is it? Which one is it? You're chasing some... 4 of your teammates are chasing some illusion while you're actually being hit for 100% damage and you're screaming, please help. This is the real.
So Roche is going to be up in a minute 12.
I don't know if we have enough time.
25 minutes?
25 minutes.
We have to be done?
We have to be done, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see if this can last, because you could see FNATIC, they're posturing near the pit. They're up 9K. The kill on the Phantom Lancer was pretty massive, and yeah, they know the timing soon. They're hanging out near by the pit.
Yeah, the kill on the PL and the fact that all of their heroes are kind of farming. Everyone is getting something from the map. Even this Nyx Assassin, position 5 almost has Aghanims.
Yeah, he's doubling the net worth.
I guess you can say that FNATIC has both position 4s and position 5s. They're all getting kind of the same farm priority. Yeah.
Okay, just wards.
Yeah, LILGUN, they were expecting Rush.
Blink Avalanche toss. They're going to go in under the Enchantress, who has the Nature's Attendants, but trying to run with a Diffusal. They've got the 2-man stun once again, so DJ surviving for a little bit longer. Marvel's slow on this, but the Chakraman as well as the kill there for Sanctity. They're going to boots travel in. They've got the Spike Carapace as well as the Exorcism coming from behind. The silence is out under the Abaddon, who does have the borrowed time. It'll pop in immediately, but they get the count of jabs. They'll take out the Nyx Assassin. Stun on a Moon, but look at Raven. He's just right-clicking from the low ground, trying to do all he can, and the multi-shot comes in. This is a low Phantom Lancer, a dead Phantom Lancer. They do get the kill on the Moon, though. Raven trying to TP out. They're silenced up. The damage not there, and Beastmaster will go too. Ends up being a 3-for-3 trade. That
3-for-3
could
trade
have been better for FNATIC.
100%. Why it wasn't better is because first and foremost you lose Enchantress first, and then Drow is very bad at these teamfights where she's on the low ground and the teamfight is on the high ground. She does not like that. She doesn't enjoy it at all, especially when you're playing versus something as PL. If you look at Raven, he's literally just running around the fight. He used the split shot and just run. But that's really what you have to focus on. If you pick a fight in a bad spot on the map where your Drow can't be just isolatedly hitting targets, it's not good. Even though they were 9K ahead, they trade kinda evenly there.
Smoke used by LILGUN. Win a fight here, they've got Aegis Cheese and Axe Shard, so could be a massive moment. Smoke gets broken. DJ now again at the front, and this Enchantress is dead to the Laguna Blade. Dead for 43 seconds.
And Rush is up. Like you said, they can go straight back in.
But they have Ags available on the Nyx Assassin. I wonder if he can slow this down at all.
Oh, it's dropping pretty fast. Let's go. Jabs. Burrowing down. And...
oh, they dust it.
They dust. Can they actually take him down, though? That's the question. Like, even if you dust him, even if you scout him, maybe you can burn his mana with the illusions. Maybe that's the best play, but it's very difficult to do anything about this bug.
Now they know where he is. LSA, yeah, they know where he is. They'll drop the Sentry jabs. You might have overstayed your welcome in this throw, but the right click's now coming in from Raven. He's got a much better position in this fight than the last one. They're going to throw the right clicks out on a Sanctity. They'll get the count of the Tiny. They look over at Ace, who's popped the borrowed time. Marvel tried to get on top of Raven, but they've lost the Phantom Lancer. They lose Hishki. That's going to be 4 gem on the side of LILGUN, and you know that Ace is gone as well. So that is a full team wipe. That'll turn into Roche, Aegis Cheese, and Shard all going the way of FNATIC.
They didn't respect the bug, man. I was very skeptical at them going towards jabs, because I've seen this story, I've seen this movie. You see that, Nyx, you think you can take him down, by the time you manage to bring him half HP, you're all dead. There's too much control coming from the Aghanims, Nyx Assassin, and FNATIC is on the high ground.
Yeah, and that was, we just mentioned it. knowing where your team fights are is 90% when you've got heroes like Drow and Sniper.
It's just Raven being on high ground. He's uncontested, just right-clicking away.
By the
That's
time
it.
Marvel tried to get on top of him, he's out of mana.
Yeah, he's out of mana and his team is dead. He's out of a team. Just really well executed by FNATIC once more.
Spike Carapace comes in, and that lands on Hishki through the LSA. Avalanche on it too, but they've got the Silence to follow it up. Gust didn't connect, but the Silence came out from the Death Prophet, and that's more than enough to send them packing. They've got the Hypothermia thanks to the shard that they picked up during that Roche. And, well, they're going to try and finish this one. And again, the bug. He just burrows in your base, and while you don't have Raid, you don't have Spray to get him out.
Yeah. You have no bug traps, nothing like that.
Even one of those glue traps.
Exactly. Can you hang one of the glue traps on the tower, and then he gets stuck, and the tower
just wiggles around?
Yeah.
New neutral for you, Ice Rock. We got you.
Hey, look at this, like Jabs just goes straight in. The range on his Impale, the range on his Mana Burn is way too big. And LILGUN, they're just kind of dancing on it. They can't approach their Raxes.
Yeah, they want to, but they can't. So there goes the Rax top, the Rax mid. And they still have Exorcism going.
They still have Cheese, they still have Aegis. There is really no reason for them to fall all the way back, but they might be disciplined enough to wait for Exorcism. That's something that they can consider. But being 20k ahead this early on.
Now LILGUN has to come to them, or well, they don't have to, but that's what they're aiming at.
That's one last play that you do.
And Nyx knows. Nyx has all the vision that he needs. Spike Carapace, yeah, you've got the Dust that goes into the burrow right in front of them. Laguna Blade, they're trying to kill this Nyx Assassin. Yeah, you got him. But what else do you get from this? Because Raven's just killed your Phantom Lancer. He's killed your hopes of bringing this fight back because you don't have a carry. They'll chase after Hishki. They look over at Marvel and Raven just fighting both these heroes, standing his ground with the Hypothermia. They get the kill in a 3. Sanctity, well, it's not looking good for him, and they'll call GG. Game 1 going to FNATIC very clean.
What was it, 29? Okay, that's a record for me.
A little bit longer for you.
Yeah, so far every single game I've casted with you, Ben, has been, what, 25-minute max?
Just about, yeah.
So this is...
Series have lasted around an hour.
This is a little bit of an improvement.
We're getting there. We're getting some more time. Maybe